I tell you, this has got to be one of the most realistic vlogs I've put together. I've decided to do it this way because it truly is the most realistic, especially as a content creator. The way you have to set up everything, the way you have to plan what to record. You know, when I was putting this video together with all the edits, there's just so much of things that I don't want to cut out, and I just want to show you raw footage. Generally, I'm the one that wakes up first. I'm normally up by 5:30, 6 a.m., and I just can't go sleep. I'm like my grannies in that case. I go outside to open the door to allow if the pups want to wake up and make a shoo. But today I checked the weather and it was harsh. The camera doesn't capture it, but it was harsh. So I had to close the door and I needed to warm up so I can have a cup of coffee. And you see how dark it is? I love my home to be this way, especially the bedrooms, because it just makes for a pleasant sleep. Everyone's still sleeping. I would normally do this in the dark, but for the video, I put the flash on. I allowed for natural light to enter the bathroom because if they wake up with natural light, it's more pleasant. So that's okay. And now it's time to brush my teeth. I can only use Colgate. I'm not a snob. I've tried other toothpastes, but my teeth aches. Like a day or two later, it aches, but it doesn't ache with Colgate. Natural light for the kitchen. An artificial light for my fishy babies. It's also time to feed them. Natural light for the lounge. I'm teaching them to come when I call with that sound, and it seems to be working. Slowly, the pups started waking up and coming to the lounge one by one. They got startled with the flashlight. Hello, baby. Hello, Mama. Hello. Morning. 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 Dana. Morning. Morning, Dana. They wanted to go make a shoo, but I couldn't leave the door open. It was far too windy. So I went to check if they were ready to come back in. Come. More like cold instead of windy. And then it was finally time to have the cup of coffee. Black with no sugar because we intermittent fasting. And now what I'm actually trying to do is set up the camera to give you a visual that I'm going to sit and have my cup of coffee and some herbs while I get into social media. I look back and I wasn't too happy with the color and the lack of lighting, but this is still very early in the morning and it's legit what it looks like. This is a time where I get to address some comments, do a post if I have videos lined up. I get to catch up on what's happening, the news, and oh my gosh, all the drama. I'm very good at detaching myself, so I just swipe away. I also get some inspiration on what I'm going to do for Instagram and YouTube and get that ready for the day. Now I'm waking up to come and switch the camera off now that I've finished showing you twice, so that I can actually do this stuff. That's it. It's about an hour and a half later. It's slightly brighter, and now you can see my pretty plants. My plants are my new hobbies now. All the pups are cuddled up next to me. If I'm gonna be productive today, especially because the weather is so cold, I have to take a shower. That's just gonna get my butt into gear. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit here the whole day, do as minimal as possible, and just not be productive as I can. Shower's done. I feel so much better. I put on the most comfortable thing as possible because I don't plan to go live or anything of that sort. It's a lot of computer work. I got my face on. I like to spend some me time getting my face on, so you don't get to see that. Then I decide what we're gonna have for supper and lunch, and then take that out so it can defrost during the day or until it's time to cook. Travis and I hate washing dishes, so our dishwasher is our third or fourth child. I can't even remember how many we have now. So I unload the dishwasher so that we can load it again, so we don't have to wash dishes. I'm resetting the angle of the camera, then capturing the shot for you, and then re-angling it back so that you can get another angle or another visual. Then taking a close-up visual of my frozen foods that I plan to cook today. In videography, you are taught to always keep things fresh and exciting, keep things new. So angles are definitely one of the many things you can try to keep your content interesting. So here's a different angle of me now loading the dishwasher. Yes, it does take a lot of time to set the camera up and actually do the work. So if you have a busy day, rather save the recording for another day. This is the kind of footage I prefer, speaking live into the camera.
Flaming sword?
Also known as a roll. But is it the same thing?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
But if it has the same characteristic.
I've been developing this new deep connection and love for plants. I've been researching a lot of it on how to propagate them, how to keep them, and learning about animal toxic plants or plants that are toxic for animals, as well as plants that actually benefit us, with CO2 and removing oxygen or toxins in the air. I mentioned it to Travis and he was like, jump in the car, we're going to get it now. The snake plant, also known as the mother tongue, is a plant known for that.
Multiplying.
And then, oh my goodness, I'm not sure what happened to our deep freezer, but we found that it was off before everything got totally defrosted. We decided to boil the chicken for the pups. I had just cooked last and there was no space in our bottom freezer or our fridge freezer for anything else really. So I took a pot and I put all the chicken in there and boiled it with just a little bit of turmeric. I'll shred it and throw away the bones, and that's what the pups will have for supper with some rice. Trav and I were feeling for Indian food, but it was so disappointing.
There's nothing in there but sauce now. God.
We spent about just over 400 Rand for this. This was all the chicken he had in his butter chicken. The rest was just sauce. This was my bunny. The taste was below average, very disappointing. In fact, Travis asked me to vlog this because he just wanted to get some frustration out. $400 for this. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed an even more realistic view of a day in my life.